Good evening and welcome to another video on All How the Hour. It's Sunday night and that would normally mean it's trad beer night, but no. Tonight marks a special birthday. It's my 40th birthday and I've been saving this beer for nearly 5 years. It's an Imperial Stout. It is brewed in Norway and it's a collaboration brew. It's barrel aged. It's 12%. It is this one. It is Sippin Into Darkness by Lervig and Hoppin. And like I say, I've been waiting for about 4.5 years, knocking on for 5 years to drink this bottle. I have had it once before at Bottlecraft in Hanley, and it was absolutely gobsmackingly, stunningly wonderful. And I managed to track a bottle down, and I decided there and then I'm going to save it for a special occasion such as this. And this is a special occasion. Like I say, 40 years young today, and thought I'd give it a bash. And yeah, here we go. So it says on the back, Sippin Into Darkness. It's a chocolate martini Imperial Stout, a collaboration with Hoppin Brewery in America. It's aged in bourbon barrels, and that is pretty much all I can tell you, apart from the ingredients list, which is water, barley malt, flaked oats, hops, yeast, lactose, vanilla, sugar, cacao nibs. And yeah, like I say, 12% ABV. Big Imperial Stout. I've been waiting for this for a long time. And yeah, before I open it, a little story. When I was in there, in Bottlecraft, that is, trying the beer, it was £4.20 a third way back then. And a bloke walked in as I was sitting with mine. I'd been out shopping for some new boots. And he sat down at the bar and he was umming and ahhing, looking at the menu, seeing what he was going to have. He said, "Oh, I like the look of that." And he was referring to the Lervig. And he said, "But I don't know if I want to pay £4.20 a pint." Or, sorry, £4.20 a third. I says to him, I said, "You need to try it." I said, "That is my glass." This was obviously pre-COVID. I said, "Have a smell of that. Have a taste of that. You'll want it straight away." Anyway, he did. And he thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was inevitable, you know. And like I said, I struggled to find any after that date. It was December, maybe. Yeah, ish. December in 1 year. And yeah, it was a bit of a worrying time. I couldn't find any, but I found some. And yeah, I forget what I paid for it. It's about £9 this bottle, something like that. Anyway, I'm waffling too much. We are knocking on for 3 minutes into the video and not opened the beer yet. So let's do it without further ado. It's yeah, it's a moment. Listen. Can't go back now. It's open. So, Hoppin Lervig, Sippin Into Darkness. The pour is, look at that, dark as you like. I'm not going to pour it all in, nowhere near, because I'm going to savour this one. Just going to pour a little in, just so you can see what's what. I mean, you heard it. It was glugging like engine oil, and you can see it coating the glass like engine oil. It looks like I remember it, thick, unctuous. Look at that, you can see it's tinting the glass. It looks wonderful, doesn't it? It really does. Let's go in for a whiff. Does it smell like I remember? Oh my, oh my. I did question how it would age. This smells boozier than I remember, but it smells unctuous. You can smell the whiskey in a big way. You smell the chocolate. You smell the vanilla. There's roasted malts galore. There is. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I wish such a thing as smell-o-vision existed, because those whiskey notes are sublime. Absolutely sublime. There's almost like a brandy vibe going on as well. And I remember describing this as Black Forest Gatto in a glass, with obviously whiskey. It's like a Christmas cake crossed with a Black Forest Gatto. The booze is incredible. Oh, I could sit and sniff that all night. I really could. Anyway, you know it looks amazing. It's as black as the ace of spades. I mean, I'm holding it up to the light. There is nothing coming through that whatsoever. Nothing at all. It looks amazing. Smells amazing. First taste in 4.5 years. Cheers. Ladies and gents, that's beer porn. That is the best stout ever produced, in my opinion. It's smooth, it's chocolatey, it's creamy, it's as thick as engine oil. Decadence in a glass right there. The chocolate is stunning. The whiskey is coming through. Much more subtle in the mouth than it is on the nose, but it's beautiful. It is that Black Forest Gatto in a glass. It's so good. The roasted malts are just spot on. They're not too heavy, they're not too light. They balance perfectly with the chocolate. The vanilla is adding a little sweetness to the whole thing, and then that boozy kick on the back end it's mellowed out, I will say, from what I remember. There is no alcohol burn at all, but the nose is stunning, and the flavours are just wonderful, utterly wonderful. I could sit and wax lyrical about that all night. I really could. And I'm gutted that I've only got the one bottle of it, and it's going to be gone tonight. No, that is going to be. It's going to be a sad day. I hope that Lervig and Hoppin Frog can find it in themselves to brew it again, because it's utterly stunning. The finish on this beer, it's just so warming. The chocolate, the whiskey, the roasted malts. It is stout perfection. There is no other way of putting it. And I know I introduced the bonus point for, ironically, a beer at the other end of the scale, an alcohol-free beer. If I hadn't have done that, I would have introduced it for this, because I had this long before I did my channel, and long before I even thought of scoring beers in this way. Wonderful. So I'm going to give it a score, and I already know what I'm going to give it as a score, because I've already told you it's going to earn a bonus point. But before I do such a thing, we're going to go to the scoreboard of joy, which says that Sipping into Darkness barrel aged has had 5,900 check-ins, and look at the average score, 4.46. Stunning average score. One person I know has had it, and they've given it a 4. I didn't actually stick it into Untapped way back when, but it's inevitable what it's going to get now. So we're going to give it some scores, but let's just go back over the beer. Look at that colour. It's as black as night. It is as thick as engine oil. It's stunning to look at. Now I know it has no head to speak of, but a beer of this weight, I wouldn't expect it. I'll be brutally honest. And it's been aged for nearly 5 years. So yeah, it's a stunning looking beer. There's no two ways around it. It's getting a full point on the looks. The aroma, if you love whiskey like I do, you're going to love the smell of this one. It's big and boozy on the nose. There's a little bit of a brandy thing going on. Mostly whiskey, dark chocolate, vanilla comes through ever so slightly. But this is a whiskey lover's paradise, this beer on the nose. It's getting a full point from me. The body, as I refer to, is like engine oil. It is as thick as they come. It is the carbonation is kind of almost non-existent. It's not flat. Let's look at it that way. But it's so soft and so kind of suppressed by the weight of that body. But it works perfectly. It's utterly stunning in the body. It's getting a full point. And the flavour, well, I said at the beginning that it reminded me of Black Forest Gatto in a glass with a bit of whiskey. And I stand by that today. It's exactly that. There is no real cherry to speak of, but the dark chocolate, the creaminess, and that boozy note. It's not Kirsch in any way, but like I said, there is a bit of a brandy vibe going on, but whiskey is dominant, and it's utterly stunning. It's strong flavours, but it's balanced malts and sweetness. getting the full point. And the finish, it delivers on what an Imperial Stout should. It has that roasted malt, it has the chocolate, it has the whiskey, it's got everything. Excuse me, it's perfect in every possible way. And it would be rude not to give it a full point. So, I've already said it's having a bonus point, so I'm going to tick that box now. Buy again, too bloody right I would. It's a beer that I would be... Oh, well, I'm sad that it's no longer around, let's put it that way. And I may just have to stick a cheeky email into Lervig and Hoppin and hopefully kind of sort of press their buttons and hope that emotion for this one will kind of reign supreme in their hearts and they'll brew it again. But yeah, absolutely. I would sell limbs, kidneys, children, parents, grandparents. I'd even sell the wife for another bottle. Dawn, apologies. It's that good. Value for money. Like I say, I paid about £9 for this bottle, £4.20 a third. It's worth every single penny and then some. It's expensive, yes, but it's worth it, trust me. If you've ever tried it, you will undoubtedly agree. And if you haven't tried it, if you do find a bottle, please let me know. And I will gladly part with lots of money for it. And just, yeah, there we go. So full 5 out of 5 with all the bonus points for Sipping Into Darkness from Lervig and Hopping Frog. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this beer very slowly tonight because it's going to be like, well, it's going to be like a funeral when it's gone because it's that good. And I will savor every last sip on this, the day of my 40th birthday. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, please be upstanding for the beer. That has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.